Good morning. Welcome to Saturday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start our day off well. And as you can see, I'm back in my own digs. And I think we should have a moment of silence for my hair today. It has decided to do a throwback to the 80s of its own accord. So, yeah, we'll just have to live underneath it until it decides to come around. Lots today. Lots to talk about. So let me grab a drink, because that might help. Good morning, Nancy. You are Johnny on the spot lately. You've been first quite a few times in recent past. That is awesome. Glad you are here. What to start with? Let's give it a minute for people to pop on, and then there's a bunch of stuff to go over. So we'll start with some tapping. We'll start with some breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice long exhales. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Another one in and out. And I think today I'm getting a little nudge from the universe. Let's do a whole round of tapping, and let's do it for good morning, thank you. Oh, I love all those. Very pretty fall leaves. Yes, I was kicking my way through the leaves yesterday, and I love that smell that you get from deciduous leaves when they're dried up and you stomp through them. So yes, that was good. All right, we're going to do a round. So tapping by the baby finger, for those of you who aren't familiar with the tapping stuff. This is sort of your reset button. And because I am now back in my own digs here, let's just do a round settling into right here, right now. So feet flat on the floor, butt firmly in the chair. Even though I might be a little bit scattered, I love and accept myself. I like switching hands in between. You don't have to, but I like switching hands in between. Even though I'm not sure what all we're going to talk about this morning, I am ready to learn. Even though sometimes the things I learn take a while to process, I am ready, willing, and able. Inside corner of the eyebrows, I am open to learning. Outside corner of the eyes, I am open to receiving the divine messages. Under the eyes, I'm open to all signs. Under the nose, I am confident and curious. Under the mouth, I am, let's see, what do we want to be? I am, a practical rebel. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Collarbone, ready to soak up whatever comes my way. Under the arms, and willing to let go of what no longer serves me. And around the crown of the head, I am ready. Nice deep breath in and out. Doesn't that feel good? Just settled, grounded. Yeah. So let's start with 21 days of invoking divine right timing and divine right order. Yesterday, it was late in the day, like after supper, I did some journaling. And much of it was about okay, I'm waiting, where's my guidance? All I'm getting is crickets here. What am I supposed to be doing? And as you can tell from the tone, I was a little bit petulant. The universe doesn't mind if we're petulant. So today, kind of planted a seed as I went to sleep last night. Allow. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Welcome. And it was very interesting, the event I was at. There were some people there who weren't very much into allowing. And I could see from the outside looking in, that curious observer, how that was taking a toll. They felt they were right in their stance and not overly open to hearing other perspectives, almost like they were afraid it was going to topple their perspective. Send love, allow people to be where they're at, on we go. So, again, yesterday, needing to step more away from nothing's unfolding the way I'm expecting. No, doesn't seem to be flow. How am I missing the slipstream here? Yada, yada, yada. But it's divine right timing and divine right order, not Bonnie's timing and Bonnie's order. So needing to do some work, I did some breath work on just being present for this moment, right here, right now, even if it seems like nothing's happening. Because again, I used the word over the weekend frequently, seeding. We are seeding the future, and seeds need time to germinate. So sometimes they germinate very quickly, and sometimes they might lag a bit. My perception, lag a bit. But it is all in divine right timing and divine right order. So, to that end, let's go through our statements for our 21 days of invoking divine right timing and divine right order. And today when you say it, really take a moment to pause. What does this mean for me? What does this mean to me? Okay, so here's the first one. Today the divine will show me the way. Just sit with that statement for a moment. What does it mean to you and for you? Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome. Glad you're here. Today the divine will show me the way. First thing that pops into my head is I need to be willing to be shown the way. That needs a little work this morning, so I'll do some journaling and we'll see where we end up. Second one is I'm open to all signs and messages. Good morning, Joniel. Welcome. What does that mean to you and for you? Don't just repeat it rote. What does it mean to you? I'm open to all signs and messages. The perfect steps are already picked and I am guided to them. What does that mean to you? What does that mean for you? The perfect steps are already picked and I am guided to them. Again, I need some work on that one. And the last one, moving through the world, open to constant help. Gets easier and easier with practice. First thing I hear in there is the call to practice. Don't just whip this off rotely and not really, okay, how am I going to do this today? What's my practice going to be? So those are our statements. Let me know how this is going for you. We're over halfway through. Pretty cool stuff. All right, so I also wanted to remind everybody that on November 9th, that Sunday at 7 a.m. Central Time, we will be doing our Unity Cafe, and we are doing a book club for a while. We'll see how long it takes us to get through the book. The book is Being Mortal by Atul Gawande, Gawande. We will be doing the preliminary stuff and chapters 1 and 2. So if you'd like to join us and you're not already on that mailing list, send me a message in Messenger, or you can send it to Bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com. If you do the Messenger, I need your email so I can add you to the list. But we'll be doing a book club for a while. So we'll add that now to the pile of things that are tipping over on me. And I'm not surprised at all that today is Outrageous Openness, letting the divine take the lead. Yeah, I need to bottle that subtitle and have a shot every day. Tosha Silver. All right. So for those of you who follow along in the book, this is chapter 1, Seeing the World as You. And this particular part is called Are You My Mother? And if you've never read the book, Are You My Mother? Definitely worth it. It's in the children's section. You can probably find it at a Goodwill or a St. Vinny's or wherever anyway, or the library. What an idea, right? The library. I also had real fun last week. That was last week or the week before? Week before. Going to the AAUW book sale. Oh, put this girl in a room full of books. Yeah, it was fabulous. So, let's take a breath. Here's the quote. Don't drink at the water's edge. Throw yourself in. Become the water. Only then will your thirst be quenched. Jeanette Burson, Berson. And the first time I read that quote, and every time thereafter, my toes curl and everything tenses up. Throw yourself in, become the water, really? With my nice German background of being aloof and holding off and having that stoic thing going. Yeah, don't drink at the water's edge. Throw yourself in, become the water. Only then will your thirst be quenched. Ponder that for a moment. How many things in your life, how many relationships in your life, how many events in your life have you truly thrown yourself in fully? And many of us learned that when we did that, somehow we got hurt, and then now we reel back and withhold, and yeah. So let's see what the chapter has to tell us. So here's her story about Are You My Mother? Years ago, I became fascinated by an adorable book called Are You My Mother? The tale of a baby bird searching the world for its home. I wasn't exactly part of its target audience of teething toddlers. Frankly, I think, good morning, Diane. Frankly, I think this book has more to say to us elders than maybe to the teething toddlers. But good for them too, because it gets them started on this path of letting the divine take the lead. Because I live at the mercy of an endlessly metaphorical mind. Boy, that hung me up. A metaphorical mind. The book held an unexpected appeal. As a lover of the divine feminine, I read it as a story of the goddess glimmering in everything. Whether it's Guadalupe, Durga, Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, or what in India would be known reverently as the Shakti, I can't help but love the mother, capital M. I thought about how most of us run from spot to spot, perhaps unconsciously, seeking her everywhere. We restlessly scan the world saying, is this my destination? Can I lay my burden down now? Am I safe? Can I finally let go? Yet some part of us knows that no person or place in this galaxy of impermanence can ever fully give that refuge. Everything comes and goes, even that which feels the most familiar. All, I love this next line, this is a fabulous line, all eventually melts back into the ocean of existence like the iridescent, multicolored sands of mandalas. Amidst this endless phantasmagoria of change, it's possible to learn to rest upon the divine like a life raft in deep water. From the One, capital O, all things emanate. To the One, all things return. We are all that one. It's all inextricably interconnected. Rather than cling to each individual illusion of safety, the mind can learn to find the divine and her protection in every situation. And if you look at people who have gone through tremendous persecution, generations of being othered, being squelched, being dismissed, being actively annihilated, there is an energy in those people. They have overcome. They have overcome. Whether we're talking about indigenous people in a variety of countries, whether we're talking about people who were taken from their country and brought to a different country unwittingly or unwillingly, there's an energy in, whether we're talking about people who've gone through AA and they are veterans of a 12-step program, there's a depth of connection that's there that allows them to continue to weather storms. Should those storms be continuing to occur? My vote is no, but be that as it may, many oppressed people have an energy of having gone through hell, survived, and continuing to meet challenges very directly, very directly. So let's hear that again. Rather than cling to each individual illusion of safety, the mind can learn to find the divine and her protection in every situation. Think about people who hang on to a job as if it's their life raft, if it's the only thing, and then the company closes. There's an illusion of safety that many people cling to. But when we connect to the divine within, when we take that bigger perspective, the waves that we hit throughout the course of our life don't have to capsize us. Here she says, it's tempting to try to make a particular job, livelihood, or relationship our salvation. Then we quickly become the slave to whatever we grip the most. So would someone please put that in the feed, or several of you put that in the feed? We quickly become the slave of whatever we grip the most. If we can't let go of, sorry, a message dropped in, distracted me, shiny. If we can't let go of, I have to be okay, and I have to stack the deck, and I have to hoard all the stuff, and the people who bought bazillion rolls of toilet paper when COVID hit, there's something there about not trusting that there will be enough to go around. And the other end of that continuum is, if I have more than enough, it behooves me to share with those who have less than enough. When you make the divine your source, you move through life with ease and lightness. With an open hand, you allow whatever wishes to come, come, and whatever wishes to go, go. Every gain or loss has a kind of providence. So everything and everyone can indeed become your mother. I love that line. You allow whatever wishes to come, come, and whatever wishes to go, go. You're not hanging on so tightly. We see the negative outcomes of people hanging on tightly, don't we? Someone who's so perfectionistic. Thank you very much, Gwen. I appreciate that. Someone who's so perfectionistic they get a B and they kill themselves. Someone who's in a relationship and the other person attempts to leave and we have a murder-suicide. Gripping onto anything too tightly is not wise. Hold it with a light hand. Hold it with a light hand. Appreciate it. Love it. But hold it with a light hand. So, that's our reading for today. If you have some thoughts on that, put them in the feed. I think it's an interesting thing to ponder. And for me, again, the subtitle. That's where that's what I'm going to explore today. Letting the divine take the lead. Where am I being led? Where am I being guided? What's the next best step on the path? That's all I need to worry about. And I don't even need to worry. That's all I need to focus on. The next best step on the path. So, have an awesome Saturday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.